Hey friends, so today I am going to record an updated exporting tutorial. You can see that I have downloaded the CC trial, so I will be using the most updated version that most of you will have. I've also switched to my screen capture software, so hopefully there won't be any After Effects. I said After Effects, I meant artifacts. Happening with the videos, but unfortunately I'm still on my shitty microphone, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, so in the original exporting video I showed you how to export from CS6, so any of you using those older versions can follow along with that. In the most recent version of CC it's actually the same process, so I'm just going to set up a composition here. Again, we're using the HDTV 1080 format, and you can use 29 frames a second. That's okay. I think that's what YouTube uses at the moment. I'm going to stick with 25. Just make sure you're at 1920 by 1080 and that you have the 16:9 ratio. So just going to make that quicker to export for me, and I'm going to put in one of my old tutorial videos. So we will have a few seconds of that to export out. Okay, so the option to do this in After Effects CC is pretty much the same as the one I showed you before. We go up to composition, we don't go to composition. We do go to composition, we just have to click our composition. So composition and add to render queue, and you have the same settings down here in the render queue. Click lossless, change your format to QuickTime, change your format options, and your video codec will be H.264. So they've put that back into the most recent version. The audio format has changed a little bit. It will be auto, so it'll pick up whether there's audio on your footage. To be safe, you can click audio on if you have audio there. So click OK. Change where your output is going to and the name of your version, and I will replace that, and then just click render here at the right hand side of your screen. So this will render that video out in QuickTime with the H.264 codec. Cool, so the second way of exporting things from CC is to again go to the composition tab and hit add to Adobe Media Encoder. Now Media Encoder will be downloaded at the same time as After Effects, so all of you should have this. If not, you can get that as part of your CC bundle. So when you add it to the Media Encoder queue, it will come up in this window here. Just give it a few seconds. There we go. And to change the format here and to make sure you're all set up how you need to be, you just click on the very left hand option here. And what that will do is it will bring up a window full of your settings, which you can change to our submission standard. So all the settings are on the right hand side here. You need to make sure your format is QuickTime, and then down here there are a lot of different tabs, so we're mainly concentrating on the video tab, and you need to make sure that you're changing your video codec to H.264, and if that option isn't available, like mine isn't at the moment, you just need to choose any other preset setting or custom here, and that will allow you to change all of these options individually. So here's your full list, and it will have H.264 in there for you. And as we scroll down, you can just check that you have that 1920, 1080, and all of that is what we want. If there's something else here that you don't want, for instance, if I went to a different setting and I still changed my codec to H.264, but you can see that there's some different settings here in terms of the field order, so we want progressive. You can actually just click match source in this basic video settings area, and that will bring everything back to how we set that up in After Effects. So that's quite a handy button to make sure that you're exporting correctly. So these are the options in Media Encoder. We have export video and export audio ticked, and you can see here this was the source video from After Effects and this is my output, so you can double check there that they're all the same. And then when you hit OK, it will load that into the queue, and you just press this green play arrow at the top, and the output file, you can also change where that video is going to. So let's just see how long that takes. Cool, and that is exported. So if you are having any troubles inside the actual After Effects program with the render queue, or things aren't popping up for you, just try using the Media Encoder and see if that solves any of your problems. It's also quite handy. It means you can continue to work on your file while things are rendering out. So the last thing I wanted to tell you is that in previous versions of CC, like when they first released it, if you have any of those old versions, within this render queue, the format here in the output module won't show H.264. They've actually hidden quite a few file formats or codec formats from the initial versions of CC. So to get those back, you can head to Edit and Preferences, and that is in the Output section. And in the initial versions there will be a checkbox underneath here, and it will say use the old versions of the codecs. So you can just kind of tick that box on, click OK, and then when you render out it should be here within the render queue. But again, to solve many of your problems, I would recommend using the Media Encoder, because that should have everything within it. If you have any other troubles on this, there is also a way of bringing H.264 back into After Effects by reinstalling QuickTime. Apparently there are some things you can check in that installation and it will bring that into After Effects for you. So maybe Google that for yourself, and if you are still having problems after that, send me an email and I can link you to those tutorials. So I hope that this solves a lot of your exporting problems. And yeah, I think that's it. Cool.